in our pledge, and Jordan McVeigh is going to lead us in our invocation.
Lord, we love you so much. We're so thankful for this meeting, today, and this opportunity to meet regarding the business of this great city. Lord, we ask that you lead this meeting, God, that we might conduct business in a way that would magnify you and in a way that would give you all the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Attention, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so at this time, I need a motion to add the following items. As you can see, also, there would be an item to be added as the repairs to the Cunningham House need to be re-quoted and re-put out for bids. So I need to add it as well. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second. Any questions, discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. If you'll look over the consent agenda items there. Can I get a motion on those as well? Motion. Lavelle? Can I get-
Second.
Jeff? Any questions or discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. So, next on, the agenda, you can strike, number 5, and you can strike, Mr. David Odell and John Smith. They will not be here at this meeting tonight.
Okay.
And Miss Renelle, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Renelle Hare, would you like to come to the podium? How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. What about y'all?
We're good.
This is Mary Young. She's over our group, and she's gonna speak for us.
Hi, I'm Mary Young. I'm the founder and the executive director of Hands of Grace Foundation, and we are in the process of launching our Bundles of Grace bags, where we give out bags to expecting mothers and new mothers of newborn babies. The bags are filled with baby essentials, and they get a bag of Pampers. So we were asking, could we set up at the park to be able to, cause we're gonna come to Booneville on July the 26th, and we'll be from 10 to 12 o'clock. And we have a form that they have to fill out in order to be able to come pick up the bags. So we asking, could we come set up in the park so they can come and pick the bags up and everything.
Okay, and they'll be from 10 a.m. to noon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can we get a motion on that?
Motion.
Motion. Second. Any discussion? Motion carried.
May I ask, is the park over here by the behind the high school? By the high school?
Mhm.
Okay.
And is the Swift Parks where you wanted to set up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that'd be fine.
Also, if y'all know anybody who's having a baby or already had one, they can go on our website and register for that. Those.
Okay. Do you have a flyer that we can? have? Yeah. We'll be happy to post that for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome.
It just don't have the location on there because we was in the process of
Okay.
working on that. But if they call this number, I'd be more than happy to work with them to get a bag.
Thank y'all so
Thank you.
much.
Thank y'all.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Cook Coggins here to discuss updates on the MDOT project and I believe a couple of project updates.
Yeah. I didn't know we were that close.
You went a little faster, didn't you?
Yeah.
We can probably move that.
That's okay. Okay, we appreciate y'all letting us have this time to discuss the projects we got that's existing and then the upcoming ongoing projects we're working on for y'all to try to get funded and so forth. And we just wanted to have a brief update, and I flew in there this morning and did these sheets here. Thought it might help clarify some things and help y'all to understand even better about what we're doing. So if you will, we'll start going through it, and then as usual, I've got some other guys here that we're gonna turn different projects over to that's been following and working on them, and let them talk about those. And I did want to say Mr. Richard Tollison is here, of course, the president of the supervisors, in the back there, and he's interested about this first project that we're going to talk about. That's in your handout, and it's the Weininger Road Repair Improvements Project. And just give you a little history there on the first sheet. Back in '24, the supervisors sent in and requested a state appropriation in the amount of $3.7 million for Weininger Road improvements all the way from the cross down on County Road 7000 up to across Highway 45, then all the way up to 9th Street. Well, we weren't successful on that full amount, and you can see there in the next bullet on that sheet, in '25, the state legislature approved the House Bill 1131, where it had $1 million appropriated for the Weininger Road repair improvements. And they cut back on the limits. They went from basically US 45 to 9th Street. And if you turn over to the next sheet, that's just a little layout map that we had been using that we also sent into the legislature. The red part, of course, is the part of the project we're talking about from 45 up to 9th Street. The red part is what's proposed to be worked on. All right, if you'll move to the next sheet. The second bullet there in red on that particular sheet is the wording verbatim out of the legislative action in House Bill 1131. And you can see that we're trying to honor on this project exactly what the House bill says from 9th Street, or from US 45 up to 9th Street. Okay, if you turn over to the next sheet, it's just a breakdown of the funding. And I understand, you know, we do just have that $1 million, plus there should be interest that has drawn on that money. I meant to get time to ask Sharon today how much interest that would be, but that'd be something we could need to find out, and it can be added to this $1 million to use.
Okay.
So we got in the plan to repair approximately 8,630 feet of the roadway. And of course, just as we said at the beginning, that part in red was to make the repairs and construct that road like we would ordinarily do if we had plenty of money. And that part was about 2.7 million actually in red. You know, we would have done a complete new base and all that. So now we've gone from 2.7 down to 1 million. So that has thrown us into trying to do everything we can with less money. So we have been up and down that road and have done soil bores. I think we've been at least 3 times checking the depths of asphalt and see what kind of base we have under the asphalt that's there existing. And it ranges anywhere, the asphalt does, from anywhere from 2 inches thick all the way to 7 inches thick. And the 7 inches is more or less on the north end of the road. The 2 inches, and some of it was 4 inches, some of it was 3 inches. It's along that bottom mostly where it's so bad. And then there is a layer of clay gravel underneath that existing surface, and it ranges anywhere from 2 inches to 8 inches, different thicknesses. All right, so we had to change our plan completely. We were going to use lime to basically kill the clay under there, and the clay is what makes it roll and you know, expand and contract and all that when the water gets to it. So since there's that much clay gravel, and then because of the thicknesses of the asphalt, we were either going to have to haul off all the asphalt which was cost prohibitive. So we had to switch our technique of trying to make the repairs to soil cement and then what we call roadway reclamation. I know you have seen that, a big piece of equipment before. It's got those tillers on it. So that's what they'll do, is go in there and till and pulverize and mix that up. And then we're gonna put in a 2-inch layer of clay gravel on top after they pulverize it one time. And then we're gonna mix in the soil cement and get it set back down. Once that's done, we're gonna come back in with what we call a stress relief layer. And that is to seal the roadway to keep the water from penetrating down into the base, to hopefully keep that from tearing up and potholing and all that stuff again. If you'll remember, we did that same thing on Parker Drive. It was really bad. We put a soil stress relief layer on it. It's held up really well in the last, that was probably 10 years ago we did that road. So anyway, we're gonna put the stress relief layer, and then we've got set up a 1.5-inch cap or surface of hot mix to go on top of that. And we've got it laid out in 3 options. We got a base bid, which is in the very worst area across the bottom. And then we have an add option 1, which is on the north end of the road where the asphalt is thick and where it's not in really bad shape, as bad a shape as the other. And then we got to add option 2, the part in the county. So we've got it bid, and we're structuring the bid to where it will be workable after we open bids, because we need to get it awarded, get the work done. So we want to be able to sure award it after we open bids. But if you look back at that sheet, the projected capital cost in the city is $996,440, and then the part in the county is $114,800 for a total of $1,111,240. All right, now, so I know the last meeting we had about this, y'all said, look, we got $1 million, that's all we're gonna do, and I understand that. This leaves us a shortfall of about $111,000, but we really don't know what the cost is gonna be till we take bids on it and get the construction bid. So we're gonna fix it to where we'll be able to work that back down within the $1 million. It depends on what the bid is. I don't want y'all to understand, I know it's just, we just got $1 million and that's what we got to work with. But actually that's our best guesstimate is what it's gonna be, is close to that, $1,111,000. So, any questions about that particular sheet? Okay. All right, the next sheet, you have to turn your presentation upside down there. It's just a memorandum of agreement, since just a small portion of it is in the county. I think it's about, let's see, 0.15 miles in the county, and then there's 1.48 miles in the city. And I think the division of the monies there is about $996,440, like I said earlier, in the city, and $110,048 in the county. This is just a memorandum of agreement, as we have done on many other projects in Prentiss County. And most of the time it had been the supervisors actually getting the funds, and then we'd have a MOU for the city to be a part of the project. So we've done that numerous times, and this is just another time that we need to do this, is have a memorandum of agreement. And Daniel, do you want to say anything about this?
Yes, I think, Kent, if we could rearrange the next to last paragraph, redo that in those grammatics, and just use this chart, sort of put that in there as the cost, and then I guess the board's probably gonna wanna know if it doesn't come in at $1 million, there's gonna be cost overruns, so where does it come from?
Yeah, it had to come from them.
Yeah, well, what we're gonna do is, like I said, it's gonna be bid in unit prices. We have a bunch of bid items, and we're gonna have it fixed to where we can take away things to get it down into the $1 million.
Okay.
And then I don't know, the county might put in a little money
Okay.
down there on their part, so I don't know. I keep speaking for Mr. Richard. That might be a possibility. What do you think? Yeah, I know. All right, but anyway, it's a good opportunity to get it repaired, and then it's another spirit of cooperation between the county and the city to do it this way. And Daniel, I appreciate you looking at this, because I'm not an attorney.
Oh, you don't.
But I did take a shot at doing this
You
memorandum
did
of
great.
agreement.
Overall, it's a good document.
Well, all right,
You get everything.
Just that, I think if that's in there, that makes sense.
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
You get-
all right.
you get to do free work.
Yeah.
So, and Mayor, if we really need authorization to advertise that project for bids, is it too late to add that for the meeting tonight, or?
You'd have to go back. Is there deadlines that,
Well, we gotta get it done in the hot weather for the construction technique to work, but we can wait till the next meeting if y'all need us to.
What do we
yeah,
do?
if it's time sensitive, that we could do it, but we gotta,
You gonna guide me?
yeah, we'll just add it to the, we'll add it to the agenda.
Okay.
Just a motion to add that to the agenda for approval.
Can I do that at this time?
If it's time sensitive, yes.
If this is time sensitive, we've discussed that, so can we add this to the agenda tonight? I need a motion.
Motion to add.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we've got a few other projects. I'm gonna turn it over to some of the guys I work with, and we're trying to get Booneville in a situation to make some much-needed and very good improvements to the sewer and water systems and sidewalk infrastructure and that sort of thing, and we just have to stick with these projects and with the state,
Yeah.
and get our paperwork turned in on time, and most time it comes to fruition. So I'm gonna let Cade come up and tell y'all about the existing project that's going on up around northeast, the utility project
Okay.
that we use some of y'all's ARPA money to fund. And I've got that laid out on these sheets too, how that came about. So thank y'all.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you.
I try not to butt in, but I may. I reserve that right there, I don't care.
My name's Case Scroggins. I'm here to speak on one of your ARPA projects that we did this year. I'm speaking on the utility relocation project at Northeast. This project involved relocating the existing drainage and sewer lines underneath the football field and the post office. That project began late July of last year and is set to expire at the end of the month this year. As of July 1st, the project is about 90% complete. We're wrapping up a few punch list items and getting everything squared away, such as fencing, sodding, and things like that. It's been a good project. We were worried about weather, but it seemed to hold off for us. So, I think Trevor's going to come talk.
Oh, yeah. I did want to just remind y'all on y'all's second sheet there, if you turn over to the FY 24-25 utility improvements project, if you'll remember, we used 400,000 of your ARPA monies that you received. We were able to get that match 1-to-1 with the state ARPA money. So we used 400 of y'all, we got 400 from the state, and then the supervisors and the city, as a joint applicant, applied for a state appropriation with the legislators and was able to get $1 million. So basically, that project is 100% funded with,
Right.
I mean, it didn't cost the local taxpayers. Indirectly, it probably did in the whole world, but it didn't really cost the local taxpayers anything. We got much needed work accomplished there. All right, thank y'all for y'all's
Thank you,
time.
Ken.
All right, Trevor Plunge is coming up, talk about these other.
Good evening, y'all. Good to see you again.
Hey, Trevor.
I was kind of give y'all an update on our pressure filter. This project's been going on since about July of last year. We're coming close to the end of it. We've got the majority of everything installed, building, generator, pressure filter. We had a time extension about a month ago where they were waiting on the last of their equipment, and they've got it in, so we're doing the some of the startup stuff on it. We're hopefully be done here within a month or so. Anyway, I think this is gonna be a real big improvement on y'all's system there, and I'm excited for it. It looks really good. I'm proud of the contractor. They've done a good job, easy to work with, and honest with us, so I've enjoyed it. Kent, we've got a little bit on the budget there of how this was broke down. Again, we had the same 1-to-1 match. The ARPA monies from the federal government were matched by the state. Some of y'all's additional funds went toward it. We got a new generator out of it, which was on Paul's wish list, and anyway, a really nice one. I like it, so it looks good. It's a natural gas one, so top of the line. It'll even exercise itself every morning, so anyway, make sure it's on. Anyway, that's a little bit of the breakdown there. That's all mine. I'm gonna give it over to Trevin. Or do you want me to skip on down?
Let's see, skip on down, y'all skip the sidewalk and go to the SRF.
While I'm here, this is SRF water system improvements there. This something we discussed back in April about pursuing some funding for your other pressure filter and to get rid of some of y'all's asbestos lines that Paul has to work on constantly. Anyway, we're doing a facilities plan, which is an engineering report of what it costs. What do we need the overall goal of the project, and it's a big long engineering report, but getting environmental clearances, which we're working on that now. I've got a work list from Paul there, but some of the fundings on the next sheet there. For the pressure filter, which is this component A, so it'll be just like the existing one we're replacing, but the one across the street under the tank. Anyway, we're projecting a capital cost $2.8 million, and we're shooting to get 100% forgiveness for this one. The state has some monies for this floating around now, and we were trying to put our name in the hat for getting that one replaced too. So excited about that. Anyway, and then the part B of that was trying to get rid of some of those AC lines. And anyway, this one right here, we've got a work list going, like I said, from Paul. And for this portion, the state will give up to 15% subsidy on it, and the remaining being 1.95% interest. And the total cost we were shooting for on that's 1.16 million, with a monthly payment on that remainder to be $4,900. So anyway, that's something we've got in the works now. If y'all skip to the next sheet on some of the sewer stuff, this is the good news here. The state through MDEQ is providing up to $5 million with 80% of it forgiven, so $4 million out of 5. We've started the process on that same deal of facilities plan, getting a work list, getting budgets, getting environmental clearance. Anyway, that's going on now. This project will be 2 parts. It'll be 2 different years, fiscal year 26 and fiscal year 27. In 26, we've got a work list of sewer lines that are causing a lot of inflow and infiltration in the L system with rainwater, collapses, all that kind of stuff. So we're going to spend that $5 million on doing our best to fix as much of the system as we can. In FY27.
Hey, Trevor, let me say this before we move on. This project is very important because every leak that can be repaired or fixed to keep storm water from coming into your system, whether it be a manhole top off or somebody's roof drains tied into the, to the sewer system, that sort of thing. Every gallon we can prevent going to the treatment plant is a gallon y'all don't have to pay for treatment. Of course, that's chemicals, electrical, and all that you're paying for up at the treatment plant. So that's the purpose of a project like this, is to get your lines fixed, try to prevent inflow and infiltration, and y'all are way overdue for that. So, and it'll get a bunch of places on one project instead of coming in, doing here and here and here and here and here and here. So, at different board meetings. So I just wanted y'all to be aware of that and go on to the next one there, Trevor.
And then in FY '27, same thing. This is the same funding agency, but take care of problems at your wastewater treatment plant. And me and Jess, one of our guys at work, and Jack Farmer, who worked for us years ago and designed that plant 40 years ago in the 80s. Anyway, we visited, made a work list of what needed to be updated there, and so that's included in trying to get some of that fixed and ready to go for the next 40 years. Anyway, so I'll just give y'all a little update there. And I appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If we can go back, Matthew's not here, I don't believe. If you can go back to the sidewalk area, and Mayor, you may know more about this than me, of where we are on the sidewalk project, the current project. Let's
I do
see.
know that he and I spoke, this week, and, we are looking to start construction, late October, mid-October to late October. So get us right past Fall Festival, and I'm hoping that we will be ready to start that project,
Okay.
right after Fall Festival. He and I, we communicate pretty regular on that.
Mhm.
So I feel really good about that, and I know Tourism Department feels good about that, not having to maneuver
Yeah.
almost 3,000 people to a different area when they come in for Fall Festival.
Yeah, okay,
So-
good. And we just put, or I did, just put some maps in there so y'all just stay made aware of where we are here, but that's the current project area that's in there. And then, I put in there, of course, the one that's already bid and constructed, or getting ready to start construction,
That's right.
excuse me. All right, then the rest of it is, I didn't put them in the right order there. If you're going over toward the back, I just so y'all would keep in the know, that was our proposed connection to Northeast eventually.
Yes, and I know just from working in tourism, that is a huge draw for us, getting the interaction from Northeast, the park, to the downtown and the commercial historic district area. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a great network. Of course, y'all know that we're on our 4th project at Northeast on sidewalks and lighting, so it's been very valuable up there. And we just had projected these other projects through the years, and I just put them on there, Mayor. You probably had copies of this anyway, so.
it's good, it's always good to have another copy.
Okay. And then at the very end, I didn't know, I think I made y'all aware that probably our next big project in Northeast is this tennis complex. I wanted y'all to see where that was gonna be. That's those last slides. Did I get anything? All right, so thank y'all very much for letting us work with you and come up with these very beneficial projects.
Yes.
It's gonna be for the betterment of the city and the county, and all involved, and especially for our utility departments.
Thank you.
And we'll just keep y'all posted. There's gonna be a lot of paperwork, federal money, it's red tape, but we've done hundreds of them. We'll just keep y'all made aware of what needs to be done, so
Thank you so much.
appreciate y'all.
Thank you. Great
Call
update.
call us anytime.
Thank y'all so much. There's nothing for us to do with that. Okay, so we're gonna move it. So on your next agenda, the one on your next agenda, we're gonna move it to the end, because I think we might have to go into closed session for that. And, then I have general government, Ms. Sharon Rainey. So,
I would like to ask you to approve for me to post for election commissioners.
Motion.
Second. Jim.
Any discussion? Motion carried.
Okay, and then next, I would like to ask for you to approve that on our work session policy, that we amend it to add that any item that our mayor, Lori C. Tucker, sees fit, that we, under her discretion, that we shall add that item.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, and I need to ask your approval to have Chris Lindley removed from all credit cards.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Okay, and then
Motion carried.
I need to ask your approval to add Lori C. Tucker to the credit cards as our mayor.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Motion carried.
Okay, and then next, I would like to ask you to approve to add myself back to the credit cards.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, and then I would like to ask you to approve Caterpillar's 2025 ad valorem tax exemption for 10 years in the amount of $12,078,561.08.
Motion.
Everything's in order.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, then I would like to ask you to approve Scranton Manufacturing doing business as New Way Trucks 2025 ad valorem tax exemption for their 10-year in the amount of $15,222,250.88.
Everything's good. Everything's in order.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, next I would like to ask you to approve Westlake Pipe 2025 ad valorem tax exemption for 10 years in the amount of $1,162,816.
Motion.
Everything's good.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, the next one, this is for Plumrose. I think that Daniel has some information on this one that we just need to table.
Yeah, this one's not in order. I think the problem is that everybody else uses local people to file their requests for exemptions, and this one is requested from Houston, Texas. We don't have a position statement from from Bob Maddox, and I think it'll be a simple fix, but it's not in order.
Motion to table.
Second table.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, next I would like to ask you to approve the final resolution for ACO Brands 2025 ad valorem tax exemption in the amount of $6,963,754.
Everything's in order.
Motion. Who made that motion?
Jimmy,
Was that Levine?
Levine and Jimmy.
Jimmy first, and then second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, and then next, I'd like to ask you to approve the 2025 Freeport warehouse application for ACO Brands in the amount of $75,059,012.
Everything's in order.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Okay, and then I would like to ask you to approve 2025 Freeport warehouse application for Caterpillar in the amount of $3,228,756.34.
Yeah, those were sent to me. I don't know if you have it in your folder, but those were actually sent to me probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I went over those, and those are in order, even though it's not in the file. I don't have mine in the file, y'all may.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. You can also strike the next item.
The next
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
the
you
next
forgot.
2 items.
You go through Sutter Street.
Oh, well, we didn't have the,
That's the one that I remember that they sent me about 2 weeks ago. It was supposed to be on, but I don't have it in the folder now. So maybe
Okay.
we'll,
Did you
maybe
have
we'll
it
table
for
till
you?
we can get it.
Yeah.
I didn't have it on mine, so.
Oh, okay. So I would like to ask you to approve the 2025 Freeport warehouse application for Sutter Street Manufacturing.
Again, this is one that I did review, it was in order, so.
Motion. Have it on mine,
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All
yeah.
in
Yeah, I got
favor?
it. Who made the
Motion carried.
motion?
Jim Clyde,
Okay, next, I would like to ask you to approve a work session, and we just need to come up with a date. This needs to be before our next board meeting, the first Tuesday in August. We have to approve our budget amendments in that meeting, so prior to that meeting, if you'd like to go over our budget amendments, we need a work session.
They're August, that Monday. The fourth. The fourth.
Is that when we're looking at August
That'll give
4th?
us more time, rather, you know.
You good with August 4th?
I'll make it.
Okay. August 4th,
What time?
4:30? 4:30 it is.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Jeff?
Oh, and this is also streaming board meetings. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jim, make that motion. I did. Who's second?
Have a
Thank
Dale
you.
on a second. Y'all,
Three.
y'all quick tonight. Any discussion?
Okay, I know that was a lot. Thank y'all so much.
We need to have that. So can we add that?
Yes, because of the emergency.
Do I need to say that verbally? Yeah. Okay, so we need to add one item to that, work session, and that will be our bridges. And we'll ask, Kent if he can be at that meeting to, give us an update on our bridges. And it is an emergency. Can I get a
Mr. Hicks could
motion?
just amend his motion
Yeah.
to add that.
Can you amend that, your
Yep.
motion to
Yes.
add that,
Yes,
please?
second.
Any discussion on that? Okay, motion carried. Mr. Gary Cleveland, public property.
I'd like to start out and discuss the certified letter for property cleanup on 811 North 2nd Street.
We met and talked today on property cleanup. Of course, this is the time of year that a lot of that comes up. And what I told Gary we might think about doing is going ahead and you guys coming up with your list of properties that you want to clean up, that you did some of your wish list. We do need to determine how much money we have left in the budget for property cleanup, because once we come up with a list, I think it's gonna be necessary then to prioritize on that list, because we probably will run out of money at some point in time on that list. So if we could do that, just maybe table, you want to table this until the next board meeting to,
Probably, and we can get
and
this
then we
stuff
have the
together
entire
and get
list
some
and do it.
estimates with them.
Is that okay with y'all?
Yes.
Can I get a motion to
Motion.
table?
Motion.
Lavelle, can I get a second?
Jimmy Clyde.
Thank you. Any
Shoot.
discussion? Motion carried. So we'll table that.
Thank you, Gary.
All right, and then to discuss or approve the zoning variance for 303 South 2nd Street from C3 Highway Commercial to R3 Residential two-family occupancy for a duplex in the house part of that property where it has a salon on one side of it for Brad Sarton.
And the zoning board approved.
Yeah, the zoning board met and they approved the, I was thinking I had the sheet in here, but they voted, met and voted on it last Thursday evening, and they approved that for that variance.
Can I get a motion? Y'all do know where that property is located, is that right?
Yeah, but we
Okay.
didn't do it down now, so how much is it?
Our problem with this one though is it's been in existence like that for 30+ years. And they've operated business on one side and house sometimes on one side, business on one side. So that's gonna be our problem if it's pushed.
Yeah, it's been mixed up so many times, back and forth, back and forth.
What about
What's your recommendation?
God we turned down there?
Boils down to
We tabled that,
enforcement.
discuss it, I don't even know where it's
Boils-
at.
Comes
Yeah,
back
let's
on
just go for
enforcement,
discuss.
just making sure we're keeping
But
things.
it's right down the corner across from Dr. Downs. And you know,
just south of Gray's
Down
18.
there by the-
What's your recommendation?
On the other side of the.
Well, it is a house that was turned into a business, and I think that's the reason why they're looking at it. I mean, it's just basically the existing part of the salon was added on. And so it's just a simple way of of being able to utilize the property.
We turned down the people
And
down the road
It's
there.
it's hard to
It's
take
right
a
down
house
on
and
the
turn it
hill.
into a commercial and rent it out.
Right.
You got-
So,
We turned two people down the hill, right up under them. We gotta remember that. So the thing about it, when we do stuff like this, we got to always remember where we started and where we're going.
Could we table this and discuss it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think we need to do that.
Okay, got a motion to table?
Second.
Motion.
Any discussion? Motion carried. We're gonna table, discuss at the work session possibly? Is that what you wanna do? Mr.
Yes.
Dean?
Yeah,
We
that'd be
need to add
great.
it now so it's on
Okay.
the.
Yeah.
Will you amend your motion to add that, please?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary. Ms. Deb, Tourism?
Who bought that place? Bill
Hey,
Arnold.
Mayor.
Said we turned them other people down there. I ain't gonna show no favoritism.
First and foremost, I'm here on behalf of the board of the Main Street Association, and we are asking to discuss and approve a position for an administrative assistant. It didn't specify on here for a full-time position, but I'm assuming and hoping it's a full-time position, at the rate of 15 to 16 per hour.
If I recall, you gave up your capital outline item to do that, to make it full-time. So if the board is still in agreement, I just want them to be reminded of that.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Motion carried.
Thank you for not taking that one. The second is to discuss and approve the resolution for the back-to-school block party in the amount of $4,500.
Your next item that Ms. Deb didn't know, y'all can strike that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've worked out something
Yeah.
else with that, so
Okay.
please strike the Kara Courtney.
Motion on the back to school.
Second. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Next is, the resolution for the fall festival in the amount of $60,000.
Motion.
Go ahead.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Next is the resolution for the NEMCC TV and athletic programming, which would fall under marketing and advertising in the amount of $1,500.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion on this? All in favor? Motion carried.
And the final item is to, the resolution for the Blue Devil TV marketing and advertising in the amount of $1,500.
Motion.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deb.
Mr. John Hill, Park and Rec.
Got three things tonight. Number one, you should have a list of I'd like for you to approve to terminate employees in good standing. These are part-time and seasonal that are not working right now to help Sharon clean up the
Motion.
roads more.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Do you wanna take that last one before
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
can I go ahead and do the last one
Yeah,
before we
absolutely.
get into the other one?
Yeah.
There's another thing that we have talked to and discussed, and I would like for you to approve to classify umpires as 1099 employees. All right, there were some questions about how that was gonna play out and different things, and it's standard practice throughout Parks and Rec and high schools and colleges to do this, and we won't be paying a lot of expenses for somebody that make $300 or $400 a summer. And that way we can use them if we get in an emergency, if somebody has a W-9, that we can actually use it. The only thing that I asked to strike is the except for full-time employees. We cannot do full-time because these will be contract employees and the city employee cannot contract. So just strike that. We only had 2 employees that actually fell into that, and I don't think that's not gonna be a problem with that. So I just ask that from now on that we classify umpires as 1099.
Or
that-
contract
or contract employees. That way I don't have to bring it to you every board, every time to hire
Need a
and let
motion.
go. Hire and
Motion.
let go.
Second.
Second?
One last discussion, if I could.
Sure.
To help Sharon clarify on when we can actually, you want to address that, what we talked about, when you could actually pay those.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you know, normally a vendor, and that's basically what they will be as a vendor, we would pay them once a month. But our normal payroll is like every bi-weekly. So if you would consider authorizing Sharon to do that.
Yes, just like we
Bi-weekly.
would as power bills, or we had discussed doing it like that so that they're not waiting a full month for them to get paid. I'm just excited that we're finally being able to do this.
Yeah.
Do we need that in a motion? Do you need that?
It really
Yes,
needs to go.
you do have to have it in a motion,
So can we get a
because what
motion
you're
to
saying
pay
is,
Yes.
as contract,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
these
Yeah,
kind-
Gentlemen, you
Yeah,
seconded
add
it.
that.
yeah, but this is gonna be different because if it's as a, you don't wait for a full month, like how we do with power bills, when they submit it, you pay them,
Right.
correct?
It would just be pre-approved.
It's gotta be put in the minutes.
Pay upon presentation,
Mhm.
presenting.
Okay.
So we just add that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's good with you, Lavelle. You in a second. Any more discussion? John, you good?
I'm good. I
Okay.
think that's gonna help us both tremendously.
It
I do
is.
too.
Try to manage
It
this,
is gonna help.
this, and save us a ton of money as well.
Motion carried. Now we'll go back.
Oh, yes. This has been my favorite subject in the last few days.
Mine too, because it's just, everything's something.
After much ado and multiple hours worked by John and the mayor, we're proud to announce that, number one, we did the bid process right. We received 4 bids. We accepted the best and lowest bid. That has been assigned, as David said last night. And that under Mississippi Code, that will be reflected in the minutes, under Mississippi Code 31713, Section E, under the lease purchase authorization, we can accept bids or quotes, whatever you want to call them, from banks to finance. And I think John and the mayor has those.
And we asked the state auditor today if we had to go through the bid process, and no, you've done the hard part. You just need to figure out what financing you wanna go with.
That's right.
So,
So basically, we have 3 quotes. Are they, I'm just gonna try to put them in order. Is this
Okay.
the top one gonna be the, okay, let me look. Okay, and I'm gonna let Daniel double check, make sure I'm not. So you basically have a quote from Renaissance, and it is quoting up to the $1 million, which we need to finance. And what we asked them was for a 10-year rate quote, and they quoted that at 6.5%. Okay? And then the next one would be Farmers and Merchants Bank. We asked for the same, $1 million. They knew it was a municipal tax exempt on both of them, lease purchase at 4.6%. Then the last one would be Tech Line Sports Lighting. And they have a lease agreement here, or lease quote, that is for 5.203%. 5.203%.
Motion to accept from the Merchant Bank.
I have a motion to accept the lowest quote on the percent from Farmers and Merchants Bank at 4.6. fixed. And can I get a second?
Second.
We discuss real quick.
Yeah,
We
let
can
us-
discuss, okay.
We need to also, if we're gonna do that out of the tourism, pay that payment, do we not need to specify that, like, you know what I'm saying?
That probably needs to be in the verbiage.
Yeah.
Yes, it will come from tourism, and the way that payments are structured and the price that it came in, that we're actually gonna be able to handle it, so.
That what?
And the term or the length of this lease purchase contract does not exceed the life of the product, is that correct?
Correct.
Correct.
That's the way the law is stated, that it can't exceed, but then there is a clause with energy savings on down that you can actually do up to 20 years, but I think 10 years or less. I'm hoping we'll actually get this in 5 to 7. Okay, I just didn't want to stress out the tourism account so
Well,
much that we couldn't
Hey,
function.
better lighting, more tournaments, may pay it off in 7 years. I mean, I'm just, you know.
Something that's
Hopefully.
been really needed too.
It's
Yes.
a
Yes.
needed project.
It's gonna be great.
Are you good with that verbiage?
Yes, ma'am, I'm perfectly.
Okay. Making sure the verbiage is
John,
all
you
good.
can't add, you got what you wanted now.
I know it. I don't know if this is the proper time to ask, but can, after you take the vote, can we authorize Lori to go ahead and sign the papers to
Add that
make
to the
this
motion.
happen?
Can we
Yeah,
add
I
that
gotta-
to
Yeah.
your motion,
Yeah.
We got-
Mr. Williams?
Yes.
We've got to get them to the contractor, he's got to get bonded, so it's gonna take him, 6 to 10 days to get bond set up and so that they can start working.
Right. That's good.
Let's go for a vote.
Okay, I just need a vote. I have a motion on the table and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
And we're good. Motion carried. Congratulations.
Ooh, yes.
New lights coming. Okay.
That's the headliner.
Bobby Charles. Bobby Charles. Hey, Bobby Charles.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Fire department. Ken.
I would like to ask y'all about approving to purchase fire hose and equipment out of the House Bill 1353 account totaling $9,085.58 to
Motion.
approve the best and lowest quote from EEP.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried. Thank you,
Thank
Bobby
y'all.
Charles. Chief Ramey, PD. How are you?
I'm good, how about y'all?
Great.
The first thing I need to ask y'all to approve for me is to purchase a police vehicle out of my special assessment funds to the best and lowest quote that we have. I think,
Do we have
Mayor,
those?
one of y'all got the quote?
I think we do.
I do.
Thank you. Thank you. So the first quote here is from Canon. Looks like it is, let me find my information, hold on just a minute. 2024 Tahoe police vehicle, $50,450. $50,450. And then the second one's for Kurt Auto Group. It's a 2024 as well, Tahoe. And the total price is $53,000. Can I get a motion to accept the lowest best quote?
Motion to accept Canon.
Motion to accept Canon from Mr. Jeff Williams.
Second.
Second, Ms. Carolyn, I got Mr. Jimmy, I'll get you next time. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
Next thing I need is to ask y'all to approve Jordan Davis's 50-cent pay raise from completing the academy.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
The next thing is, I need to ask y'all to approve, me paying the security at the schools, and the school will reimburse me every month. And that pay will be, $17.54, for patrolman up to captain, whatever, it'd be what their pay rate is here.
Can we get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
All right, the next thing is to ask y'all to approve me hiring Marcinio Nunn in as a police captain on patrol at $21.49 an hour.
Motion.
Wait,
Second.
hold on, I missed that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
21 what?
$21.49 an hour.
49.
Ms. Carolyn, motion, I say.
Did you say 49?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Carolyn and Jeff, is that correct? Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. I'm bringing before you, tonight, under the mayor's report, to discuss and approve, for the Booneville Blue Devil football team a sponsorship. They have brought by our office to advertise for an amount of $500.
Motion. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carried.
And just so you know, the records will reflect that this will promote the city of Booneville, Mississippi. We will make sure that's in the minutes. So.
Yes.
That's right. Spend too much time with an auditor.
And, under the, do I need to do an announcement right now, or you want me to go to the other one, right here? Do this? Okay, so, at the next meeting, I just want y'all to, we'll put some things in your mailboxes, but you'll need to be prepared to discuss and for the planning board, the appointments, and the park board. So you will have some things in your mailboxes. Also, if you look, there's some announcements there. I'm not gonna read those to you, but they are there for your benefit. And then we'll go back to,
The issue with you signing
Yeah. We'll skip that.
did we skip that?
Well,
we added it.
Added to
We
the
added
agenda.
it. We added it. I need a motion to go into closed session. Did we get- No, we did the top. Okay, we added that.
The top items.
Sorry.
Let's see what's going on. Coach Jackson, keep calling.
Need a motion to approve for me to sign the,
With the changes that we
with the
requested.
changes that we requested on the Cook Coggins to move forward with that.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? We lost you.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Do we need to wait? Okay. Any motion carried?
And that is, we're spending $1 million, correct?
Correct. Can you put that in the verbiage?
What about the
That's the one that we
rubbish account?
need to use.
Yes, we need to.
Very tall.
We do.
It's already been added.
Oh,
We
yeah.
just need to ask them.
If you'd elaborate a little.
Okay, so I just need to ask y'all to approve for us to start transferring the rubbish funds back to the rubbish account.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. That was left off mine.
And then
That's
that,
what we discussed last night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then now the Cunningham House.
Yeah. I thought we covered it when Gary was at the podium, did we not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We added it to
Yeah,
it.
we did. Yeah, yeah, we discussed it.
We did?
Yeah.
I thought we added it
I
to it.
thought we did.
Yeah, we discussed
We
it.
added it to the agenda.
We
Did
did.
we
You
repair it?
did, okay.
But we
We
didn't
haven't
approve it.
Okay,
talked about it.
I think, do y'all want to know what the issue was?
It's just on the agenda.
Okay, so
That we
the
added
issue-
it.
I don't understand why we
Jeff,
have our
I'm taking it
elections in
tonight.
July.
Get them. They there for